Welcome. Welcome to Yin Asana. I am Grace with Ecstatic Yoga. So happy you are here. This is week 5 of our yoga teacher training. And we are so excited. This is the week of Dyana. We're moving through the limbs, Patanjali's 8 limbs. We're on limb 7, which is Dyana. Dyana is the meditative flow of awareness. And we're also practicing the 5th yama, which is Aparigraha. And this is non-greed, non-possessiveness, non-attachment. Very somewhat similar to the non-excess that we worked on last week. This is just a continuation of our yamas, and we're going to practice a little bit of Aparigraha in this practice with the breath, the non-holding on, non-attachment. Often when, especially if we're holding a breath or we're holding a pose for a little while, sometimes we will hold the breath as well. Or if we're challenged in a pose in yoga, sometimes we're focused on all the challenge and we'll stop breathing, we'll pause the breath. So we're going to work on keeping that breath flowing throughout the week, keeping that breath flowing and practicing that meditative flow of awareness. And I'm going to guide you through all the yamas, and we'll end up with Dyana. And once we get to Dyana, we'll just move through the whole practice in Dyana. And I see Bruno's here. Hi, Bruno. Thank you for joining us. So we'll begin. Let's sit in a nice, comfortable position. And move into breath awareness, just noticing that breath. And then moving into breath awareness, but we're going to add abdominal breathing. So we're going to be bringing our awareness to the breath, but we're also going to be bringing that breath down to the lower abdomen as we inhale, allowing the prana to drop all the way down to the pelvic floor and the lower abdomen. For a few breaths, being present to this breath. The inhale, feel the lower belly expand. And the exhale, feeling that belly button, that navel coming in towards the spine. Nice, complete exhales. And taking a moment as you sit here, feeling that earth underneath you, feeling the support, being here now, present in this moment. Scanning the body, the physical body, the energy, the inner being, inner sensations and aliveness. And the emotions, just noticing where you're at with no judgment, not needing to make anything different. Just noticing with love and compassion where you're at now. Continuing to breathe into that lower belly throughout the practice. And take this moment to set an intention for yourself. See yourself there. Create that in the present moment so the subconscious knows that it's here now. I have the dream job, the job of my dreams, the relationship of my dreams, the home of my dreams, career of my dreams. Now, whatever your intention is, and see it and feel those emotions. Bask in that emotional benefit ahead of time. It attracts that intention to you. And releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better, this or better. Beautiful job. And let's bring our awareness to this physical body, every finger, every toe, the front of the body, the back of the body, the lower half, the upper half, the right side, the left side, the entire body 360 degrees around. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Move into a couple 3-part yogic breaths as we enter into this pranamaya kosha, moving in from asana to pranayama. Inhaling into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Pausing at the top of the breath and then letting it go. Inhaling into the belly, the ribs, the chest, all the way up to the clavicular and the collarbone, whole torso full of prana, pausing at the top of the breath for just a moment, and then letting it go. Then 2 more on your own, at your own pace. When you get to the bottom of that exhale, just letting that 3-part yogic breath and letting the breath rest in the belly. And dive your attention inward to Pratyahara, this 5th limb of Patanjali's 8 limbs of yoga. Noticing the inner aliveness as you withdraw your attention from all the external stimulus and busyness spinning around you. Just shut off the external and dive into your own inner source of aliveness, prana, your soul, the sanctuary of your heart. Noticing the emotional body, the mental body, this inner pulsation, vibration, trembling, whatever is going on inside for you. It may just be emptiness and space, purity. Letting all the external concerns, the external people, all the worries of the world go, and simply rest in this inner sanctuary, this body temple, the inner temple. And then single point of focus right now on the breath, that flow of breath. Making complete breaths, making sure you exhale all the prana, the life force, the energy, the air out. Full exhales, full inhales. And even move into 3-part yogic breath here. All your focus, concentration, dharana, on the breath. And releasing that focus and allowing your mind to rest in a meditative flow of awareness. And we'll maintain this meditation as best as possible throughout the practice. So as you maintain this meditative awareness, when you feel ready, you begin to make some gentle movements as we make circles around the pelvis. Maintaining this meditative state, keeping the breath flowing. And we'll notice with this Aparigraha, this 5th yama, any holding on, and we're going to focus specifically on the breath. If we hold on to the breath, just noticing that and allowing that breath to continue to flow. Move in ways that make you feel good, noticing the beautiful sensations of moving in the body. Maybe getting your shoulders and your head into it a little bit. Massaging any little areas that feel good. Keeping the breath flowing. And coming back to center. I'll bring those legs out. Nice wide stance. And let's just shake them out for a little bit. Just shake those legs out. Windshield wiper them. Do some circles with the feet. Bring this down a little bit so you can see me better. Beautiful job. Let's bring those feet together into Baddha pose, rocking back and forth. You can wrap your hands around the feet and open them up a little like a book. Feel a nice gentle opening of the hips here. Coming back to center, and let's flap those butterfly wings. We'll come to a nice gentle pause. And then inhale, lengthening the spine. And exhale, hinging forward. And find your gentle forward fold. Find that edge there, taking a nice deep breath. And as you continue to breathe, maybe see every once in a while if you can hinge a little tiny micro bit deeper into your hinge. Keeping the bandhas engaged, especially that Mula Bandha right now. The Mala Bandha, if you can, all 3 bandhas. And breathe. If you'd like to, bring the hands to the earth and round the back. You can do that too. Inhaling as you gently come up and release those legs. Bring them side to side, knees up. Keeping that breath flowing and maintaining that meditative state of awareness in Dhyana. Letting everything go. Beautiful job. And we're going to move into a table pose. And the hands right under the shoulders and the knees right under the hips. Moving into our cat-cows. Moving into extension of the spine. As you move into cow, lifting the head. Arching the back, tailbone is sticking up. Feel that nice extension of the spine. And then exhaling into cat. As you round that back, flexion of the spine, the head comes in to look in towards the legs. On the exhale. And moving back and forth at your own pace, your own rhythm for cat-cow. You can begin maybe when you're in your cat, bringing those hips back, adding some spontaneous movements, maybe some circles with the hips, keeping that breath flowing. And making sure to go both directions if you're making circles. And flowing back and forth to cat and cow. You may even want to, when you come into your cow, move into an up dog. Both extensions of the spine, bringing those shoulders back. Wrists under the shoulders. Chest and head are up. Finding your flow for a few more breaths. Moving back and forth. You can go all the way into child's pose if you like. Adding any little spontaneous movements that feel good for you. And finishing up in child's pose. And resting in child's pose for a few breaths as you focus on this meditative flow of Dhyana. Uninterrupted flow of pure conscious awareness. And coming back up, we're going to thread the needle, open up and stretch our shoulder. So inhaling, bringing that right arm up, and then exhaling, bringing that hand right between the left wrist and the left knee and resting down on that right shoulder, the right side of your head. And breathe and relax. One more breath. On the next inhale, reaching the arm up and then bringing it down. Go to the other side. Inhaling the left arm up and then bringing that left hand right between the right wrist and the right knee, resting on your left shoulder and the left side of your face. And relax for a few breaths. Beautiful job. On the next inhale, reaching that arm up and then bringing it back down. And we're going to come into a hero's pose. So if you'd like to use a block, and you can sit on a block, or if you can sit flat down on the earth, that works too. So you have options. You can bring those lower legs out right onto the floor if you like. And we're just going to sit in this hero's pose for a few breaths, noticing the opening of the hips, stretching, maintaining that Dyana, that meditative flow of awareness, keeping the breath flowing and moving. Holding on to nothing, not even holding the breath. One more breath here. Beautiful job. Coming out of the pose, we're going to come back down onto our buttocks. We're going to take the right leg out. We're going to move into a nice seated twist. So I have my left leg straight out. My right knee is bent. I'm going to take the right foot and bring it out onto the outer edge of the left leg. I'm going to take my left arm and I'm going to hug the right leg in towards my body. Right hand is right behind my buttocks. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. And exhaling as you twist to gaze out over that right shoulder. And one more breath here. And releasing. A micro twist to the other side before we switch, and then switching legs. Right leg is straight out, left knee is bent. I'm going to put the left foot on the outside of the right leg. Bring that right arm to hug that left leg. Left arm behind the left buttocks. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, twist. Gazing out over that left shoulder. And one more breath. And release. Beautiful job. Flop those legs a little bit. Around. We'll come onto our backs. And just move those knees back and forth a little. Used to being on our backs. A moment. Move into a nice supine pigeon. Nice hip opener, resting. My left knee is up. I'm going to rest my right ankle just above the left knee. And bringing that left leg in towards the body, wrapping the hands behind the hamstring, behind the left leg, and pulling that leg into the body. And breathe. Noticing the opening of the hip. You can even use that right forearm and elbow to press that right thigh a little bit to feel some more sensations. Engage those bandhas and breathe. Nice, deep flowing breaths. And one more breath here. And releasing the leg down. Let's go to the other side. Right knee is up, resting the left ankle just above the right knee, and bringing that right leg towards you, clasping the hands behind the right thigh, and gently bringing that leg in. Engage your bandhas, the Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor, Uddiyana Bandha, engaging that abdomen gently, and Jalandhara Bandha, tongue is on the roof of the mouth. And breathe. And one more breath here. Beautiful job. You can release those legs down. I'm going to move into a nice supine spinal twist. So we'll go take that right leg straight out, come up onto the right side just an inch or two, bending that left leg and bringing the left leg over to the right, Left arm is out 90 degrees and turning the head to gaze out over the left fingertips. Bringing a lot of energy and vitality into the spine as we twist it in the lumbar, thoracic, and cervicals. We're also cleansing the organs. We're releasing lots of toxins as we twist, like wringing out a rag, wringing out those toxins. And relax into this nice deep twist, keeping that meditative flow of awareness, Dyana, and deep flowing breaths. Letting go of all that no longer serves, letting go of all attachment, all possessiveness, all the old energy that doesn't serve us. And one more breath here. And then releasing that left leg, coming back to center. And we move to the other side. The left leg is straight out, coming up onto that left side an inch or two, bending the right knee and bringing the right knee over to the left hand guiding the right knee. And right arm is out 90 degrees, gazing out over those right fingertips, and breathe. Relaxing into this nice deep twist. Maintaining that nice meditative flow of awareness. Deep flowing breaths. And one more nice deep breath. Beautiful job releasing the leg. Coming back onto your back. Let's move into a gentle inversion, just lifting those legs, flexing and extending the feet. Keeping the breath flowing, noticing the sensations. Different sensations when you flex. And when you extend and point the toes. Beautiful job. And let's bend those knees and wrap those hands around the feet and bring those feet together in Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, and bringing them in towards the body. Nice stretch. Feeling those hips opening up. We want to rock back and forth a little bit, release and relax that lower back. Taking a few breaths here as you allow those hips to open up even more, stretching the legs, maintaining that meditative flow. And one more breath here. And then opening those legs up, just feeling a nice stretch, pulling them towards your body. And let's bend the knees. And then moving into baby, gently pulling the legs down, opening up the hips even more into a nice baby pose. Making sure the knees are nice and wide so they don't come down onto your ribs. Engage those bandhas and nice, beautiful meditative flow of awareness. Deep breaths. And noticing as you hold the poses, anytime your mind wants to wander, wants to change or get up or feels agitated or distracted, and just move through and breathe through it, noticing it, knowing it'll pass, not giving it much attention. It's not you, just sensations passing through. Beautiful job. And moving into happy baby, kicking around, moving any way that feels good. And releasing the legs down. Let's keep the knees up, the feet flat on the floor, and move into our releases. So moving into hula, swiveling those hips, everything's flat on the earth. As one hip reaches down, the other reaches up, and then just gently swiveling them the other direction. Opposite hip reaching up, the other going down. Keeping that breath flowing, maintaining that meditative flow of awareness, enjoying the subtle sensations in the body as you move. Coming back to center, moving into hip pointers, pointing one hip at a time up towards the sky. Keeping the breath flowing. Moving back to center, moving into some cat-cow, flexion and extension in a supine position. Maintaining that nice, deep meditative flow, deep flowing breaths. And coming back to center, walking those feet, keeping the knees up, walking them nice and wide to the wide edges of your mat, and dropping one knee down at a time, single knee drop. Enjoying all the sensations that are activated in the body. And breathe. Allowing the body to open, never forcing, allowing life to happen. Noticing your own consciousness, allowing all the sensations, any disturbance to pass without reaction, being that non-reactive presence. And if something needs to be communicated, you can do that when you're not in disturbance. And coming back to center, walk those feet back together. We'll move into double knee drop, dropping both knees over to one side. And you can either bring the knees back and forth together, or the option is to lift the top leg up, open up to a little butterfly for a moment, and then come back to the other side. And before we finish this, I'm going to invite everybody to come into a nice, gentle butterfly, supine butterfly, so that our soles of our feet are together, and you can find your adjustment to where the feet are that feels comfortable. We'll just take a few breaths in this nice open pose, allowing the legs to relax down, and breathe. And one more breath here. Bring those legs up. And I'm going to suggest an option for Savasana. So If you'd like to do some legs up the wall, you can come and bring the buttocks as close to your wall as possible. These aren't the best stance for it. And then bring the legs up against the wall. This adds a little inversion to your Savasana. Or if you'd like to just maintain the Savasana pose. And allowing everything to relax and to release. The body to relax into the earth. The breath to relax to its natural rhythm. Maintaining a nice deep connection to this inner sanctuary of your heart. As we rest in meditative awareness and allow this practice to integrate and absorb energetically, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all levels of our being. And we'll rest in silence and I will bring you back. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly. Begin to slowly come back. beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes, stretching out the arms and legs a little. And moving into your side, bringing the legs down if you've had the legs up the wall. Taking a breath or two on the side, allowing yourself to rest in this pose for a moment. And when you're ready, coming up to a seated position. John. Xander's in the house, but you can't see him. He's right over here. So taking this moment as you sit in your Sukhasana easy pose, or maybe you're in a hero's pose or a lotus, taking a moment to check in and notice the energy, physical energy, the prana, the life force. And diving into that Manamaya Kosha, the mental and emotional being, just noticing with no judgment, no right or wrong, no need to push anything away or change anything. Just being that neutral observer. The non-objective witness. Non-judgmental witness. Noticing any shifts from when you checked in at the beginning of practice. Maybe you feel a little more settled, a little more quiet. A little more balanced. And moving into our mental rehearsal. Just moving back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Seeing yourself animated in that intention and feeling those emotions ahead of time. Being right there in that intention, fully manifested, vivid, clear, detailed. And releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better, this or better. And coming back to center, bringing the hands in Anjali Mudra for our closing meditation. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, of light, of truth, and of peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. And thank you for joining us live, Bruno.